Run through the tape. In life, never give up. Run through the tape.
Nights like these don't come around often. A marquee showcase of NBA talent and historic stars. Tonight's double feature boasts 8 collective MVPs.
Congratulations, Tim Duncan. Derrick Rose,
A team fighting for their playoff lives against a team that hasn't lost at home in 362 days.
San Antonio's going to go to 30-0 at home. Unbelievable.
And an icon against a legend.
When I was a kid, having his posters on my wall, playing against him was a dream come true for me. I wanted to be just like him.
For the final time, LeBron and Kobe will meet face to face on a basketball court. The illustrious king against the remarkable Mamba. One last duel, one last embrace. Next on TNT.
It is the Cavs and Lakers in our nightcap, but we begin with the Bulls at San Antonio. A lot of the responsibility now on the shoulders of Pau Gasol for the Bulls. He had a triple-double in his last game, his second in 5 games. But ending a 7-game road losing streak is a tall order in San Antonio. The Spurs are unbeaten at home, and among a talented group there, LaMarcus Aldridge, the all-star, doing some heavy lifting. Unbeaten at home and running with the Bulls. It's a hoop rodeo. Next, yippee-ki-yay, everybody. The Bulls and the Spurs coming up from AT&T, followed by the Cavs and Lakers at Staples here in Atlanta Studio J. TNT NBA tip-off presented by Auto Trader. I'm Vince Cellini in for Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Dennis Scott, Isaiah Thomas. So EJ, Kenny Charles prepping for March Madness. And I know it's early, but this is a really comfy chair. I can get used to this.
Like this?
Yeah.
Nice.
I can get cozy
Vince,
right here. Yes, sir.
I'm offended.
Why is that, Shaq?
I'm from Texas, and you didn't do the hippie-ki-yay right. You got to do it with a high voice. Let's go.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Oh, yeah, better.
All right, let's get to that game. We'll talk about Chicago first. In a bit of a rut. They've won their last 2, but they've lost 7 straight on the road. And, Shaq, Jimmy Butler gets the okay from Dr. James Andrews. No issues in that left knee for a second opinion. But are the Bulls vulnerable right now? Look at them at 8.
They are very vulnerable, and I hate to say it, but they've lost their identity. For the past 4 years, I've been here 4 or 5 years, it's always Bulls, defense. Those 2 words have been synonymous. Defense, defense, defense. And, you know, they did some questionable things at the beginning of the year. Joakim Noah, their defensive guy, we're bringing him off the bench. And everybody now is offensive-minded. And, you know, they have forgot their identity, and they have forgotten what have made them the Chicago Bulls. And until they get that back, they're going to be right where they are. I'm not used to seeing Chicago Bulls at number 8. And this is very, very disappointing for me, and I'm sure it's disappointing for the Bulls. And then, you know, you got all that other stuff going on. Whose team is it, this and that. You know, they just need to get back to, you know, what they're known for, that's playing defense, shutting teams down. You know, everybody loves to score. I love to score. 3D loves to score. Isaiah loves to score. But defense wins championships. And they were so close. Many years they were so close, but right now they're just, I don't know who they are right now.
I also think from a leadership standpoint, they don't have a leader. Thibodeau was the leader of the team. He not only was the coach of the team, but he also gave them the identity, he gave them the defensive outlook, and he also was the presence in the locker room. So when the Bulls walked out on the floor, you knew exactly who the leader was. And a lot of times we ask for leadership from the floor, but right now I don't see leadership from the floor verbally or physicality-wise.
I agree with you, Zeke. I think Jimmy Butler and Coach Hoiberg went through that early in the season. They've been so used to someone being drilled them every day in practice, and he came in with a soft-spoken approach, more ball moving, taking more shots. And to your point, Shaq, it's always been about getting stops first, but so many years, the Chicago Bulls struggled to score the basketball, so we all thought that's what they needed, more offensive-minded people. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting stops, you're not getting to the next round.
Well, it's not like the cupboard is completely bare. We saw Pau Gasol there and Derrick Rose, who's been very, very good since All-Star break. Plus, they've been very competitive against the Spurs of late, have the Bulls. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, Greg Popovich is going to be back. Missed a couple of games for a family medical condition. And again, D, he's going to be leaning on Kawhi. And it's been so much fun to watch this Defensive Player of the Year, the Claw.
Oh, you got some big hands.
Develop into an offense. Oh, don't sell me short.
Oh, Shaq, you saw that? You got some.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Half black, half Italian.
But the best thing about watching Kawhi Leonard play is when he came into the NBA, you knew he was a defensive-minded guy. And now each year of his game on the offensive end of the floor has gotten better. Putting the ball on the floor, going one-on-one, in the post, posting up. Oh, you talk about the three-ball, Shaq? Most of the year until obviously Steph Curry got hot, he was shooting around 48, 50% from three-point land. So this guy is now an official two-way player, and happy he's finally an all-star.
Yeah, and when you look at San Antonio, you know, we focus so much on Golden State and we talk about the historic run that Golden State is having. But San Antonio is having a historic run also. And their transition from Duncan to Parker, now to Leonard, has been extremely smooth, and it's been over decades. So they've had, you know, close to 2 decades of a good run here in terms of perfection, playing basketball the right way, winning. And I mean, it's just very impressive what they've been able to do.
I said last week that we need to start treating Kawhi Leonard like a superstar. Yes, he can play. Yes, you know, great hands, comes out and plays the right way. But San Antonio Spurs have 3 Hall of Famers. 3 Hall of Famers that took the backseat and said, you know what, young fella, it's your turn. Like, I was watching last week, Tim Duncan was setting 5 screens to get Kawhi open. I've never seen that. As a matter of fact, I wish they would have done that when we was playing. But, you know, these guys in the organization said, you know what, Kawhi, it's your turn, and he has stepped up wonderfully. Kawhi Leonard, superstar. Not a star, superstar, Vince.
You said defense wins championships. Right now, in this era of basketball, San Antonio allowing under 93 a game, which is really impressive. It's great about it. All right, we're going to break, and as a reminder, March Madness is moving closer. Selection shows Sunday, 5:30 p.m. on CBS. It's a full 2 hours this year, and the first 4 Tuesday, Wednesday on True TV. It's a great time of the year for college hoop and for the NBA. Back with more on TNT.
Let's go, LSU. Let's go, NCAA. Let's go, NCAA.
Hey.
No, you got to do it higher, Vince.
What's wrong with your hands? Look at your hands.
It's half Italian. Half Italian. That's right. There you go. That's how it works.
That's that gold bond lotion. Man up.
LeBron and Kobe one last time. Little flashback here. It was a little over 12 years ago they squared off for the first time at Staples, but the showdown cut short when Kobe had a shoulder injury that forced him to sit out the second half. LeBron finished with 16 and 7 and 10 points in 17 minutes for Kobe as the Lakers defeated the Cavs by 10. And it's time for our perfect match now, presented by Auto Trader. We asked you who you got in this game. Vote for who you think will win. Is it going to be the Cavs or the Lakers? And America has been voting, and Shaq,
that's a no-brainer.
As you might expect, many on the Cavaliers side. Anyone? Lakers? Anyone?
I'm going with the upset for my old.
Oh, there it is! I talked you into it. Oh, that's the Cowboy right there. San Antonio, yippee-ki-yay.
Hold on tight. Hold on, Chuck.
Bonanza.
The big bonanza.